Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. We are very sick, very tired today, but I really want to film this video. We are doing another episode of Oh, the Shame, this time viewer's choice. If you're not already, you should be following me on Instagram because sometimes I ask for your feedback or voting, all of that. And in 6 different categories, I had you guys vote on Instagram on which products out of my makeup drawer of shame I will be using in today's episode. So you guys voted on all of these products. I do not have a full face, so there will also be products you're familiar with that are in project pans, etc. Everything will be listed and linked in my description box if you're curious. I am feeling quite under the weather. I have for many days, but I still wanted to film today, so that is what we're going to be doing. If you're unfamiliar, this is a series on my channel in which I'm testing out products that are in my makeup drawer of shame, which are untested makeup products, and they tend to linger for quite a while. So though I haven't gotten as much use out of these, or in a lot of cases haven't used them at all, they're not necessarily new makeup releases or new to my collection, which is kind of embarrassing. We are going to be starting with the eyes today, so I'm going to zoom you in, get settled, and we'll chat about what eyeshadow palette you guys voted on. Alright, I'm as close as I can get in this setup today, and I'm excited to get doing my makeup with you guys. Please excuse my voice and my very tired appearance. You guys voted on what palette I should be using in this episode, and I'm so happy that you guys chose the Odin's Eye collaboration with Angelica Nyqvist. This is the Little Ghost palette. I have used Angelica's Hella palette so much in my collection. It even has a pan, and I also have gotten use out of the Trick or Treat palette, but for some reason I just never got around to testing out the Little Ghost palette. So this has been untouched in my collection since last year, and now that it is October, I'm really excited to pull this out. The shimmers look so fun and dimensional. I'm definitely eyeing up the purples, but I think I want to incorporate this really bright yellow as well. I'm excited for this. To prime my eyes, I'm going to be using my Alter Ego primer. This was sent to me in PR, and I do have a code with Alter Ego if you are interested. I've used this almost 200 times, and it might be ready to take the stopper out. This primer is one of my favorites. If you like a thinner eye primer that's not too tacky, this is very reminiscent of like the Milani eyeshadow primer or even the Urban Decay primer potion. I'm just gonna let that kind of sit by itself for a second. My eyes are burning looking in this ring light. We're not going to be doing anything intricate today, not going crazy, but I'm still excited to play with some of these shades and hopefully get a bit of use out of this month. I'm going to start off with Skeleton with a fluffy crease brush and just messily kind of put this in my transition area just to get the look started. I do have my skincare all done, my sunscreen is on, all of that. I am super congested. Kids started school last month, all 3 of them for the first time, and we have just been passing the sickness around, you know? Super fun. I actually saw a reel that was setting up my fall decor, and it was putting out the Dayquil and the tissues and the Advil and all of that good stuff because, yeah, the sick season is here. We have all gotten something or other in the last month, and it's just very tiring as a mom. Well, I mean, as anybody, but you know. Now going in with Little Ghost, this bright purple. I love the embossing on the shadows in this palette. I'm not being precise with this look at all. I do want a different brush though, actually. I will say I am clearly not operating at my best, but I am having some trouble blending this bright purple, and while I wanted to keep this look very purple, I think I do need a shade kind of in between these two that I was using. So I'm going to go in with this blue. This is Haunted, just to try and help with my blend a little bit. This could just totally be me, but I did want to kind of update. I have been here, I just feel like I'm scrubbing at my lids trying to get this blended, which I don't like. Okay, I do think that helped, but it definitely obviously added some blue into the look. I'm going to keep it here. I know it's still not perfectly blended, but now my eyelids are starting to feel a bit irritated. But I do want to take this Banana Taffy shade, this very basically neon yellow, and I'm going to put this on the inner part of my lid down into my inner corner. I think purple and yellow look so cool together. I really like this brush. It has like a triangle shape to it, and it's really great for both the inner part of the eye and also the outer corner. I bet this shade would be even cooler if I would have laid down a white base or like a very light primer on the inner corner. That would have made it pop even more. But as it is, I like that. What do I want to do for shimmer? I just feel like there's so many fun shades in here. I think I am going to go with Zombie, kind of brighten things up a bit. I like going in with my finger for shimmer shades, and I'm just going to press this in the center. Wow. Overlapping the yellow a little bit. I really like that shade. I do want to go in with Ominous, this darker purple shimmer on the outer bit right here. I really love these shimmer shades a lot. I just feel like they're so dimensional and beautiful. I know this look is a little bit messy, definitely not perfect, not my best work, but I really like this color combination. As I mentioned, I did have some trouble with Little Ghost here, but I will need to play with this palette a bit more. I'm going to save the lower lash line until we have some face makeup on. I'm only noticing very, very minimal fallout from the shimmer, none from the mattes, which is good. So I will just flick that away. Before doing my face, I do want to pin my hair back a bit. I hate getting makeup in my hair. handy dandy claw clip just to pin it back. The primer you guys voted on, actually I had 3 base makeup samples. I don't really have much for base products at all, but you guys voted for me to use the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip. I have used samples of this in the past and then got this mini 4ml size and had yet to use this. I know that this is hydrating and grippy and has more of a sticky texture, so I am going to really work this into the skin and let it sit a little bit before applying my foundation on top. It does feel just very nice and lightweight on the skin, and it's already starting to feel quite tacky. But these style primers really do work best if you kind of work them in really well, not just slap it on and immediately go in with your foundation. As I mentioned, I am going to let this sit a little bit. I don't have a new foundation, concealer, things like that, so I will just be using Project Pan items. I have a cream bronzer I'm trying to hit pan on, and I'll come back with my cream / liquid blush and we'll apply that together as well, but I am going to let this sit for another minute or 2. Alright, foundation, concealer, and cream bronzer is on. I feel like that primer really laid down a good base for my foundation. Like I said, I have used a sample of that primer before, but it had been a long time and I like it. I feel like my skin looks healthy. I'm feeling like I look a lot healthier than I did when I started this video. I am not currently healthy, but we are trying to pretend like we are. But now I have a liquid blush to use. I have used this formula before. This is from Giorgio Armani, their Luminous Silk Cheek Tint, but I only used one of the shades last time I tried this. And I just do want to make sure I'm using all of the shades. I have 4. What do we feel like? I feel like this is too peachy. I feel like the red doesn't go either. Do we go bold cheek and bold eye? This is in 65 Intense Berry. Or do I go with the bold pink, which is shade 53? I'm going to go with the pink shade. I'm going to give this a shake. The other shade I have, which I really like, is Delicate Mauve, and that would have also went with this look, but I want to use a shade I haven't used. I've only swatched the other shades. Because this shade is pretty light, I might regret this, but I'm going to just go in. I'll do one cheek at a time. I have my Real Techniques stippling brush. I'm not usually a cool toned light pink blush kind of gal. This shade is pretty. It's definitely light. We do have a powder blush to go over top of it as well. I like how glowy and healthy looking these liquid blushes are. Like I said, I have used a different shade, and they do sheer out. So even the little bit darker colors I can still use, but they can be built up, so I feel like they span multiple skin tones. The deeper shades do. I wouldn't imagine. I feel like this is quite white based for this light pink shade, but the Flaming Red, the Delicate Mauve, the Intense Berry shade, I would hope would work on many skin tones, not just my light skin tone. Why do I not hate this? I never reach for like this type of blush, this color of blush. I really like it. I feel like my cheeks look glowy and healthy. I did bring it in a little further than I intended. Let's put some on the nose. It's going to be pink later anyways with the tissues. What do you think of this blush? I like it. Okay, I'm surprised actually with my shade choice. But I feel like it went with the look the best. So that is 53 Bold Pink from Armani. I'm now going to set with powder both my under eyes and the rest of my face, and we'll go in with some powder products here in a second. And what I just realized, which is super foolish, this is the brush I used to wipe away my glitter fallout, and now I've just pressed it back to where it was before. I now have little glitter bits here. Glitter freckles, that's okay. Setting with my Rimmel Stay Matte, which I'm trying to use up. I feel like there's still so much powder in here, but it is really great, and man, no one can say it's not worth the money. 14 grams of mattifying powder. It lasts a million years at the drugstore. Man, I don't know if I'm sounding worse or better as this video goes on. Bronzer, I'm trying to use up. Alright, for blush, powder blush, you guys voted on my Fantasy Cosmetica Celestial Lights. Now this is marketed as a highlighting palette. However, for my skin tone, these are more like blush toppers. Mine did come broken, unfortunately, but I tried to repress them in as best I could at the time. So we have these pinky purpley shades. I bet these would be very beautiful on someone with like a medium skin tone to deeper, perhaps as highlighters. I do want to swatch them quickly, but I imagine I'm going to go for the lightest shade. So this is Dancing Lights, the lightest shade, which, yeah, it has like a strong pink base. So I just don't think that these will work that great for me as only a highlighter. Can you see how deep that base is? This is like pink with a blue reflect. The middle shade, Whirlwind, looks like a hot pink with almost like a purpley reflect to it. These are very intense, very beautiful, but I'm wondering if they would work better as eyeshadows as well. And the third shade, Dark Star, is purple. Almost like a peachy kind of shift to it. Really hard to explain. They're all very beautiful. Like I said, very beautiful perhaps as eyeshadows more than highlighters for my skin tone. I actually think, would adding the purple onto my cheeks be a little crazy? Why am I tempted to do that? Here are the shades on my finger. So this is the more purple shade. I just feel like it would go with the eye look. They're all so beautiful. I just want to put them all on, but I can't. I'm going to take this Crown Brushes like stipple highlighting brush. I am going to go for the purple. This could be a mistake because I have to go to the grocery store. This kind of crumbling, but very lightly I'm going to put this on like the top of the apple of my cheek. Like, I'm not using it as highlighter because it's a bit too dark, but I'm also not going to cover my cheek. Just a very light boop. I'm having doubts. Okay, let's see. I'm going to smile and put it right here. Is that pretty? Was that a bad idea? It is certainly glowy, and actually the base of it is not too dark for over the blush, which is nice. And we still have that like very fun purpley reflect. Okay, I'm feeling like this was a fun idea. It was a good idea. I always doubt myself. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to, let's flip this over, buff it in a little bit as well. I feel like that is a very intense shade, but I like it. Let me know if you have this, how you use this. I am an affiliate for Fantasy Cosmetica. I do want to repress these a bit better because I did not do a good job the first time, but I want to get used to these because they're so beautiful, but maybe they will have to be like eyeshadows or something. But I think as a blush topper, that worked. That was fun. I'm now going to do my eyebrows, my lower lash line, mascara. I think I need to find a nude eyeliner to brighten up my eyes a little bit, and we have a couple lip products to still test out together. Alright, I am back. I'm ready for a lippy. We've had some trouble in this video, but actually I'm really liking how everything is coming together. You guys voted for me to choose one of my Fantasy Cosmetica Lost Library lipsticks. I do have 4 shades. I'm going to swatch them for you on my hand, and we will just choose one that maybe fits the vibe of the look the best. I don't know. I do love the packaging. As I've already said, I am an affiliate for Fantasy Cosmetica. This is the shade Lost, and these are a matte lipstick, or maybe more of a satin lipstick. There is Lost, kind of like a burnt peachy sort of shade. This is Hidden, which looks like my kind of nude. These feel very thin and creamy upon swatch. This is like a nudie pink kind of shade. We have Buried, which is a bit deeper. Ooh, that will be a really great shade for fall, but I don't really think it goes with this look. And lastly, I have the shade Unearthed, which is that orangey shade at the bottom. I really thought these were more matte. They appear quite matte in the bullet, but as you can see from my swatches, they don't look matte on the swatch, that's for sure. I am going to go with the second shade. I feel like that will kind of go with the look I have going on the best. So that is the shade Hidden. I'm not going to have a lip liner or anything. I have just lip balm on from earlier. Oh yeah, I really like these kinds of shades. I think that shade is really nice. They feel like they're going to be hydrating. So, of course, I need to wear this throughout the day. But we also have a lip gloss I wanted to try. I thought that these were going to be more matte than they are, but we're going to try this as well. You guys voted on a lip gloss for my collection. This is the Odin's Eye in collaboration with Angelica Halloween Shine Lip Gloss in the shade Spectral, which I think will go with this eye look. I'm so happy you guys chose some of these products as well, because I can't believe I haven't used them yet. This packaging is stunning. I might as well swatch this for you as well. It's like a cool tone, mauvey purple kind of shade. These don't really have a smell to them. Oh yeah. I like the feel of this gloss a lot, just right off first impression. So this is our lip combo for the day, a little indie lip combo. I think it looks really nice. What do you guys think? Sorry for the low energy today. I feel like I should zoom you back out, but that's okay. Like I mentioned, I am quite unwell, but I really wanted to test out some new makeup with you guys. A quick recap, even though we talked about everything already. The Little Ghost palette, I'm so happy you guys voted on this, and I'm going to get a lot of use out of this in October, which is very fitting. I'm really happy with how the look ultimately came out, but as I said, I did have some trouble with blending that bright purple shade, and eventually I just kind of gave up, but I think it actually worked out in the end. My eyelids were getting quite irritated. I felt like I was really trying to almost like scrub to blend, like it wasn't blending with a gentle hand at all. But the shimmers, I love the Odin's Eye shimmers so much. The primer, I feel like, is gripping onto my foundation really well. I feel like my skin looks healthy. My foundation blended on it really beautifully. The liquid blush from Armani is a shade that I don't normally reach for, but I'm really happy with the color. And then with that blush topper formula, well, actually highlighter from Fantasy Cosmetica on top, I feel like my cheeks just look so glowy and beautiful. I'm really happy with it. And then this indie lip combo is very comfortable and beautiful so far. Of course, these are only first impressions, and I will continue to use these. But again, thank you guys so much for voting over on my Instagram. I really appreciate it. And slowly but surely, we are working our way through the makeup drawer of shame. There are quite a few categories now where I don't have anything in there, which is incredible. Even just finding things for you guys to vote on was a little bit challenging for me, because there's a lot in there I've reached for 1 or 2 times, but I wouldn't consider that I have like tested out the products, if that makes sense. But all of these were products or shades that I had never used before, and testing out new makeup is always just so much fun. If you enjoyed this episode of Oh the Shame and would love to see another one in the future, give this video a thumbs up and let me know in the comments. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!